Hello, people of the world, and welcome to DCOM December, which I am probably the only person who's excited about this in the group.
I just said woo.
Okay, Strange and I are the only two excited about this, so let's go. This week we're gonna jump in
Wow.
to
Wow.
jump in.
Whoa.
Man's got
Yeah.
puns.
Pun.
Clever.
I'm punny like that. But yeah, how are you gentlemen doing today in this December that we are we're in December of 2022? Wow.
I'm inspired to reject gender roles based on my desire to do things.
Okay.
I'm
You
hoping
had-
2023 is better.
Shit.
I mean, yeah. R.I.P. James David Frank and everybody. But yeah.
Remind me of that.
So, yeah. But today we're here to talk about an uplifting DCOM, which for you out there who don't know what a DCOM is, it stands for Disney Channel Original Movie. I don't remember who, but someone didn't believe me, and I was like, I know my acronyms. I prided myself on my acronyms knowledge. So, yes, that is what DCOM stands for. And
Okay. Yeah, for the longest time, I thought I meant Disney comedy.
oh, was that
Because-
you? We had
yes,
this discussion.
That was me.
Okay.
That was me. Because for the longest time, I thought com was short for comedy. Because
They're all a
why the
joke.
yeah,
I was about to
they're
say,
all-
you love Luck of the Irish. Don't even come for me like that.
Yeah, I love Luck of the Irish.
When we first met, you were like, something happened, and we were talking about it, and you're like, that was a really good movie.
You talking to me or you talking to him?
I'm talking to Zog. You,
okay.
I know we bonded over High School
Okay.
Musical.
Yeah, and Wendy Woo, and we'll get to
Yes,
it. We'll get
Wendy
to
Woo
it.
was
okay,
so
Wendy
solid.
Woo, I'll give you.
So solid.
But really, DCOMs start based on the documentary we watched about
gosh.
the DCOM theme, the four-note mnemonic.
Gosh, that video is wild. Just,
From Defunct Land, very very engaging, inspired to do journalistic effort like that in the future someday when we grow up. But no, like DCOM movies as they sit are this big push that came along with the rebrand in early 2002, give or take. That's when we got the Mickey Mouse. That's when we got the Wand intro. That's when we got the four-note theme. And that's when Disney Channel original movies really took off. Because Disney Channel before 2002 didn't really have its own legs. It was kind of split up in a 3-block schedule where you had Disney Junior, you had the teeny bopper tween,
The Disney Afternoon.
Zoog?
Disney, like what?
Yeah,
the,
Zoog Disney. That was a
and
thing.
then you had Disney Classics, which really maybe where it needs to go back to because viewership
Please.
has starkly declined since the heyday of about 2009.
yeah. No Kim
But-
Possible, no Jack and Jack Long. We got to do a podcast on the fall of Disney one day.
The fall of Disney
Maybe.
Channel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because even though they're still producing, oh yeah, it's a whole thing. But DCOM, Disney Channel original movies are this new production, this renewed effort that hit the heights, especially when we get to High School Musical sequels. Are like the highest rated thing airing on television
ever
at that release date
and
wild.
ever.
of all time. It's
wild.
insane.
I
So
didn't
I remember-
understand it then, and I still don't understand it now.
I remember exactly where I was when High School Musical debuted. It's so sad because, like, my sister, we had just moved down here. My sister had an orientation at the high school that she went to, and I was like home alone with my grandma, and I was like, "What do you want to do?" And she's like, "Just do whatever. Don't bother me." Like, okay, so we turned on High School Musical. My grandma was like, "Oh, they really don't know that they dancing right now." And I'll just never forget. It's like one of the best memories I have with her. She was like, "So you telling me that these kids are really out here doing all this? Have no idea what they're doing?" And she's like, "He can't sing." I was like, "Bro." She's like, "Where are their parents?" Like, I just heard commentary. Was just what I remember most of all about the first High School Musical. But yeah, it was like huge. I remember going to school like the next day, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!" Like there were so many High School Musical backpacks. It was wild. I was like, "Yo," and then I had a crush on Gabriella, and things happened. I have a crush on Gabriella. But yeah, no, DComs are hype, and there are over 100 of them. Like I think there's like 105 now or something like that, which is crazy. And they're all on Disney Plus. Yeah. But no, Jump In was definitely one of my favorites, and I feel like one that was really interesting because you saw a main, like not a main character, but like a very prominent side character on High School Musical. Corbin Blue go and get the reins only the year after being his first thing ever. Like when your first thing ever is High School Musical, it's kind of like crazy.
So this isn't like an expanded story of the High School Musical universe?
No, because there's actual people are actually going through things in it. Like don't get me wrong, people had stuff in High School Musical, but we weren't dealing with borderline homeless kids trying to make it in the inner city. But trying to have a creme brulee that stands up was also a thing. Let's stick to that. Anyway. So Jump In is a story about our main character, Izzy, who is a very prominent boxer who is a third generation boxer, and his father and grandfather have won the Golden Gloves in the district, and he's training to go and take that title as well. But he is running into a few things when he has to take his little sister, Jazz. Yeah, I think it's Jazz. To a double dutch competition.
It's Karen.
Yeah. I idea who Jazz is. So he has to take his little sister, Karen, to a double dutch contest. Just to watch, because sibling stuff. And he kind of sees the world of double dutch, and he's like, "Wow, this isn't anything what I thought it was." And then he also jump ropes when he trains for boxing, because if you've ever boxed, you know that jump roping and cardio is very important for the footwork and everything. So he was very more than adequate at it, and he ends up joining the jump rope double dutch team. And
put some respect on it.
yes, the double dutch
Not
team.
jump rope, it's double dutch. There's difference.
There is
3/4 of the point of this entire film.
Yes,
it's doing what you want to do, and that double dutch is a goddamn sport.
Yes. If cheerleading can be a sport, then double dutch can too. I don't care what anybody says. No disrespect to cheerleaders. I'm just saying.
I'm just like, who's arguing that?
A lot of people.
A lot of people are still arguing that it doesn't count, but they require about as much work as anything else. So.
I mean, if golf can be a competitive sport, golf is. Like, I've played golf, and besides my feet hurting, and my chest being tight, okay, you know what? Golf is a sport. There's a lot of stuff about golf. Everything deserves to be a sport unless it's super weird. I mean, even the weird stuff can be. I don't know. Moving on. So, yeah, basically our boy Izzy joins and creates this group, the Red Hot Chili Steppers, and they have to go and navigate through the double dutch world. But Izzy is, questioned by his father of why are you doing this? It's taking you away. Jump rope isn't serious, and his bully Rodney, who I feel like is probably the most developed character in this, if I'm being honest, has beef with Izzy because he thinks Izzy has a golden spoon in his mouth and everything, and just puts his business out there to the whole world, and everybody makes fun of Izzy for being out here jump rope, and he's like, screw it, man. Yeah, so that's basically the gist of Jump In. Dog.
That is way more than I ever got watching this.
What?
That was just the plot. That's the synopsis.
What do you think was happening?
That's literally just what happened. Happening right now.
I theorize what happened with Zog is he started watching it. It went dark. because he fell asleep. He woke up. It was
No,
the end. Like that was the movie. That's crazy.
No, I legit watched the whole damn thing, and I'm just sitting there, just like, okay. I could literally be doing anything else, but I'm
Dog,
here
can
watching
we-
this.
Can we have your synopsis, please? Because now I gotta hear it. Like, what happened for you?
I honestly, if I were to make a synopsis for this, it would literally just be boxing kid decided he liked jumping rope better, and teenagers in high school gonna be teenagers in high school and pull some bully shit. Dad didn't approve at first, then saw competition, immediately turned around. Done.
There's more. There's like 37, like 1/32 extra nuance, but that's basically it.
I mean, that's like, you can describe anything like that. Dragon Ball. Space monkey lands
Yes.
on Earth,
No,
defends
Kai.
Earth with his space friends.
God, that's exactly what Dragon Ball is, though.
That is
Like, there's no
that's exactly
pretense.
what that is. But
I'm just
Space
saying you
Monkey,
could make
I'm instantly.
anything,
I wanna
make
watch
anything
Space Monkey.
sound like that.
Main
Except
protag
maybe
dies,
Lana
gets
Tagari, because I don't
powers.
know what
No.
about.
Yeah. You
And
know-
Sailor Moon.
Oh, yeah.
She's a space Quincy who comes to Earth to defend.
No, Quincy. No bow and arrow. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Space Quincy. Quincy's have more than bows and
She's a
arrows.
goddamn queen. Get out of my face, Kai.
True.
But I mean, that's the beauty of a decom. You can just watch it, and if you're not like engaged, you can still get the gist of the romp that we go on. However, this romp has specific, very opaque and obvious themes and tones that we're trying to communicate, because we're trying to show kids that it's okay to do whatever the fuck you want to do, no matter the constraints you have on you. Right?
Yes.
Some have this kind of cultural expectation and the chip on their shoulder and their understanding of that, which may not reflect reality. Like with our big bully there, right? You know, he's mad at the world and he takes that out physically on Isidore. Jesus.
What a name.
But also with the female boxer, she's like, I'm here boxing my ass off, and I'm better than the punk who keeps going on about me being a female boxer. She's living her dream.
Yeah. Why was she giving Izzy shit about that?
Because
he
he
never
was
said shit. It was always the other guy.
no,
we never
we don't
see
it.
him.
Yeah.
But he's also an asshole the entire time. He's a snarky asshole the entire time.
You gotta
He's
have
just-
that level of
that part.
pride with boxing. Though.
He's just hot. That's the only reason he gets away with it, right?
Oh my.
That's
Pretty
it.
much, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, for the message we're trying to communicate, maybe that's the level of writing we gotta have. But you know, it's
that's
a
the level of writing you can kind of expect.
but of all of the decoms we have seen, director Paul Cohen is putting in a lot of work to make this look and feel interesting.
I would say like he's definitely, he's definitely one of the decom goats.
Dotes.
But yeah,
I'm-
no, it's right.
I want to rephrase that, not look interesting, but look like an actual movie.
Yeah, like there's a stark difference between this and something like Descendants. Don't get me wrong, Descendants had some fun moments, but like you can tell that Descendants was a TV airing movie. I can believe this came out in theaters. Like, I can also, it's weird. Out of all the
That's
high
my
school
slow
musicals,
year.
the third one is the only one that I feel like didn't. So what now?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. But yeah, so, and we have like a really interesting cast because you see a lot of people from this cast went on to do like a lot of stuff, like Keke Palmer for sure. Even though she started in like, I think Aquila and the Bee, so this wasn't like her first thing. But Keke Palmer has done a lot of stuff, and Corbin Bleu is a Broadway like superstar that I've recently found out, and
Oh.
I have heard him sing and things. I'm like, yo, like shout out to you. And David Rivers, who plays the dad Kenneth, was also he had won like a lot of awards at that time because he was in like Circle and beside I forgot what he won the award for. But he was in a lot of stuff. So he'd already been kind of. He was in.
He's Corbin Blue's actual dad.
Is he really?
The guy who played the father in this? Yes, that is Corbin Blue's actual father.
Wow.
How
Well,
so? And he played his dad in High School Musical 3.
Whoa.
Yeah, they do
Bro.
look alike. Now I see the face. Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, we're connecting the dots here. Okay, need to break up corkboard. Jump in happens between one of the High School Musical films.
It
It's
does?
canonical.
What did I tell you though? I told you it was. I said this is some kind of High School Musical side story. Y'all didn't believe me.
I mean,
It's
I
not
knew
that I
it
didn't
happened
believe you, I
between
just
them.
didn't listen.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
But maybe you're right.
Yeah.
When is
I mean-
your YouTube video coming out on explaining how
Oh,
Jump
gosh.
In?
There's your documentary.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. Where's your Disney doc? ED? I don't know. I tried to make a thing.
Good effort. Good effort.
Yeah, thank you. But no, and then you get people like also Kylie Russell who went to like star in Zombies because like I watched Zombies and I was like, yo, this girl looks familiar. And then I saw that she was like the little girl from Jump In. I was like, I am old. Like I am old. This is wild. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see all that stuff kind of happen. And then I'm sure there's other people in here who went to go do other things as well. But unlike super notable, I'm pretty sure one of the cheerleading girls is like Beyonce's cousin, I believe. Yeah, Shanika Knowles. Pretty sure that's Beyonce's
I
cousin.
couldn't tell you.
Yeah. But yeah, that was super interesting, and the whole the whole cast was really fun, and I felt like they did their characters really well, especially like Izzy and Mary. I felt like there was a general connection. I was like, okay, this connection seems a lot more believable than Troy and Gabriella in High School Musical. Like it felt like seated in something in the moments where like Mary would be in her window, and it's like it's someone who's like grew up in this type of environment, and like it did a very good job of like showing what is actually like your neighbor, like there's that real sense of community, and if anything was gonna happen, everybody was gonna know about it. Like if Pookie shot Ray Ray, by the end of the day, the whole city would know that Pookie and Ray Ray were having a spat and XYZ. So like it did the urban, which I guess that's the urban Cinderella fairy tale thing really well. I also really liked how Mary was like kind of helping with the family, like when there would be issues with like doing his little sister Karen's hair and stuff like that. Mary would come in and help, and also Corbin was doing it as well. Like,
Yeah.
or not Corbin, Izzy.
Yeah.
I make the mistake a lot.
The big brother did the little sister's hair because
Yeah.
the dad, try as he might, is a
Yeah.
goddamn boxer and not a hair braider.
He is your Disney father. If he wasn't going to be dead, he was going to be bad at doing things.
But like every
Except
Disney
boxing.
father has been like, I feel like really strong and integral. You got like Victor Baxter, you got this dad, you got Troy's dad from High School Musical, you got
This dad from High School Musical.
yeah, and then you got whatever Kim's dad's name is, Tim. I would say Tim, probably, maybe not. But yeah, like the Disney dads are always on point, and like that whole Disney's not. I don't know what it is. I feel like there's a Disney executive room. It's like, okay, here's a character, blah 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 blah. He's got a dad, he's got a mom. What was that? He's got a dad, he's got a mom. No, I told you, no moms. Not in our DComs, not in our movies, nothing.
Or if there is a mom, you got to get X the dad.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
what?
like, but
Yeah,
why
like
can't they have
where's
a-
One parent.
where's Mary's dad? Huh?
Yeah,
We don't ever get a backstory on that.
it's like Disney only lets you have one parent for some reason, and 9 times out of 10 it's the dad, especially in the other movies. Like, I mean, Hercules is the only movie I can think of. Well, Hercules, Mulan, Tangled,
Hocus
Tarzan.
Pocus had
Nope,
both
nope.
parents.
Everybody's dead in Tarzan. What'd you say?
Hocus Pocus had both parents.
Hocus Pocus don't count. I mean, I guess. Sure. Hocus Pocus.
Like,
Um,
literally
what-
not a decom because I think it is.
Not Halloween Town. We don't even know what happened to Dad in Halloween Town. Hocus Pocus is not a decom.
It was originally
not.
written as one.
Yeah, but it did not air as one.
Want to make a
You
quick
know-
a quick correction here. And I researched this one this time, Kai. It's not just coming out of my ass.
Okay.
Shauna, played by
Yes.
Shanika Knowles, even though they share the last name of Beyonce, they are not actually cousins.
Okay. Because I said think. I didn't know.
Yeah,
I said think.
yeah.
And also, she was in a movie with Beyonce, so that's also why I thought they were.
That'll do it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, they was, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, so that's pretty much the cast and the group of people who were doing that. But like, so what did you guys think of the characters of these people? Hello, cat. What did y'all think of the people who were being portrayed? Not the people who were being portrayed. What did y'all people think of the characters? Like Izzy, Mary, Rodney, and whatnot.
I personally, I think I liked them all. I mean, I didn't think I hated anybody except for like maybe the Dutch dragons. I was like, oh, y'all are just annoying. Get out of here. There's that whole, I don't know, they just annoyed me. Which was their point, so good for them, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I think my favorite character was, I can't remember his name, but he was like the second best friend, the shorter one, the dumber one, air quote, dumber guy. Comic relief dude. He was funny.
Yeah.
He was
Chuck.
Maybe
That-
that's what his name, probably. Not the one that gets the boxing girl at the end, but the other guy.
Oh yeah, Chuck
The
may have gotten the
loudmouth-
box girl.
No.
Yeah, the loudmouth one. He was funny. I liked him.
Mac.
Maybe.
Who the fuck knows?
I can't remember his name.
It wasn't important.
Yeah. I just remember Gina like being there. Which she was a female boxer, and he looks really familiar.
I thought that was the other one. Tammy.
Oh yeah, no, Tammy was a female boxer. Not Jimmy. Gina was.
Paula Brancati.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
From being Erica, Slasher, Dark Oracle, and playing Jane Vaughn from Degrassi, The Next Generation.
That's where it's from.
What?
That's where it's from. I recognize her from Degrassi.
Degrassi goes into space?
No, maybe actually. I don't know. Degrassi was wild. Degrassi gave us Drake, so I mean,
Did he?
yes,
Oh.
Drake is from Degrassi. Like, yeah, Yeah.
Where's Drake not from?
everything else.
Florida.
Yes, he's from Canada and Degrassi. That's really all the places he's from.
Putting a line in the cork board. Apparently Drake is in the center of this connection between...
No,
He said
no.
no.
You were trying something there.
I was.
There's anyway. Yeah. So we got. You said you hated the Dutch dragons, which was fair, and I was mad at the homegirl. Like, I'm like, how you gonna lead a group and then come back and be like, y'all can't win? It would have been hands. And realistically, if we were keeping to the urban tradition, it should have been hands. Like, they should have just like decked her, or like, okay, no, they shouldn't have because violence is wrong. But definitely, we got a warning. Her
I mean,
bike.
I would have become more interested in this movie if they had decked her.
Yeah, like.
There's just been a boxing glove come out of nowhere. And you're just like, what? What the?
I mean, the whole
You hear
boxing-
Izzy? You think this is a game? This is in my blood. I lost my golden gloves, but I got these red ones. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it goes without saying my favorite character was definitely because Corbin Blue. I don't know. I just felt like he's a good dude. Like I get that energy, and also he's very enjoyable to watch. Shout out
Who got
Corbin
some
Blue.
moves? Got the
Yeah.
dance moves.
Yeah, no. When he was on the ground, when he was doing the like push-ups with the double dutch, and I was like, man, like I got a cramp in my leg, but we both, men. So like theoretically, I'm looking at my potential right now, and that makes me feel good. So, yeah.
If I was slightly younger and more fit, I could do that.
I
That's
mean,
what I
probably
could do.
just more fit, not even younger. Like, we probably got until about 35.
I guess,
Probably
yeah,
more
the
stupid
level
stuff.
of like fit and age, like kind of.
Yeah,
You just have to
Gotta-
get more fit.
yeah. For a lipo is only $3,000.
That's not
Probably.
fit. That's fixing the appearance, but not the fitness.
Okay, so we
Anyways.
can get like surgically implanted abs.
No, you
I
can
think.
go
No,
pay for
that's
a
not how that
fucking
works.
personal trainer. You don't need abs for this. You need knee joints.
Oh, we
Anyways.
can definitely get robotic knees now.
Those hurt.
All right. My favorite character, and I'm sure this is not going to be a surprise to you, Kai,
Oh no.
but my favorite character is Gene A. Mack as Felix, the gym's referee.
Thank you.
Yes, he was cool. I loved him.
Yeah.
Every moment
He
he
was
was on screen, I said this
Yeah.
movie needs to be about him. I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Him being wise, and also
Mm-hmm.
when it was the go time for like the rematch where Rodney just rolls back in and he's like rolls into the gym and he's like, twinkle toes, we're fighting now. And then and Felix sees like from the back room, oh, they're going at it, and he's like, maybe I'll wait and let them hash their shit out so that Izzy can jump, do motherfucking backflips around the goddamn ring. Don't get me fucking.
Yeah.
He sees a
I like the
backflip in
message.
ring and he's just like,
No, yeah.
I don't get paid enough for this.
I like the
Listen.
message. It's just we're fucking gymnastics now. Like, come on.
I was
If-
kind of like. isn't
Also,
that
how do you get
putting
that
in,
flexible off of just jumping rope?
I mean, he was
Listen.
doing all the flips and stuff at the beginning of the movie. Like he'd been
Listen.
doing that.
Because
As
he's a
someone who-
dancer, not a fighter.
As someone who boxed in my heyday, the best
Really?
boxers are I boxed.
Wow.
I boxed from age like 7 to like 16, and then stupid band messed up my life. But anyway, so yeah.
I feel
But the more flexible you are, the better you are. Like it's all about the footwork and the hands and like the flexibility. So I'm not saying you're gonna see a boxer doing the backflips, but in terms of like the agility training and like all that stuff, that's definitely like I felt like was done very well,
I mean,
very realistically.
you got to be quick on your feet and everything, yes, but
Again,
there's
I don't
there's
condone
a
the
big
backflips.
difference between
I'm just saying-
that and just I can do flip, yay!
Yeah,
That
I'm-
part was a little strange. It's like, haha, I've dodged, and now I will do a backflip. What you gonna do?
he was just showing off at that
Yeah,
point.
I was
He's
like, you
wilding.
just showing
Which is
off
the same
this-
thing he's done the entire movie.
Yeah.
He was trying to build up his punch meter or something. I don't think.
Oh my gosh. But no, like definitely, I agree with you about the ref. Dog, who was your favorite character?
Besides the correct answer of the ref, this movie should have been about Rodney. He had the much more interesting story.
I will say, yeah, it should have been about
This-
Rodney. Like I
He
will
was
agree to
telling the
that.
story.
He was the
whole
narrator.
time.
Yes, but it should. I don't give a shit about Izzy. I don't give a shit about Mary. I don't care about any of that. Rodney was the only character that would come out and just be like, "Yeah, I got the interesting story."
Also,
But we
though,
ain't gonna tell that one because it's not the message we want to send.
I want to know what the thought process was of bringing a random bag of clothes inside his home. I mean, if you're just gonna open the door and there's a whole trash bag
Well-
full of clothes, are you going to bring it inside?
That depends.
I wouldn't trust it.
I mean, strange. I will
I got
say,
a washing
like,
machine. I'll rinse it off.
yeah. I mean, that is
Free
like
clothes,
something.
free clothes.
I mean, we've donated clothes in a trash bag before. Like, it's just
Yeah.
what you got, and when people are receiving and like that, just like we saw, with Rodney, you're gonna accept that and you're gonna be grateful because that's
look,
like,
The second time, because the first time you throw it in the trash, apparently.
yeah,
well, I think
Well,
that
'cause
he
you
was
gotta be-
he was
you gotta
doing
be
that because he was
proud.
embarrassed. I
Yeah,
think he was
yeah.
embarrassed in front of Izzy
Yeah.
there. I
Isadora.
didn't mean it like, oh, he's poor. I meant like, just
Yeah.
like, you don't know where that clothes has been, or like.
Also, they
maybe-
were the same clothes that he threw in the
okay,
trash.
no, but I say maybe he recognized it, but still, if it was any other bag of clothes, it'd be like, I don't know, it's kind of suspicious. But yeah, throw it in the
Again,
washer.
But
When it's all you got, like, you
throw
gotta
it-
kind of.
throw it for a spin in the washer, take it to the laundromat, let them clean it off. I mean, there's shit to do before you actually wear it. Throw it in the freaking bathtub and just rinse the damn things off before you wear them.
Yeah. Like,
If
But
they're
I-
wearable, don't just throw them out.
yeah. And I mean, like, it's like, look at the clothes at Goodwill. I guarantee you those clothes were far worse than anything that you might find
Oh, I'm sure.
trash bag. Like,
But I just
Yeah,
meant
probably.
generally like him looking in the bag. I was like, I don't know, I'd be weirded out by like a trash bag outside my place of living. But I guess he looked inside. He's like, oh wait, these are the clothes from earlier. So cool.
yeah.
Anyways,
And, yeah. But no, I agree with you, Zog. I feel like Rodney had the stronger story. Very interesting to see. Like, and I really wish they would explore that message more of like, bullying comes from a source. Like pain, hurt people. Like, this is probably all Rodney knows how to do to survive is like be that tough guy. And it's like, I really like the understanding that happened between Izzy and Rodney. Like, for me, you're right. Like, Rodney and Izzy had the best moments. When Rodney stood up to clap doing the double Dutch concert, I was like, yo, this is what it was all about. This is what the whole movie was leading up to. Was Rodney being an absolute Chad. And then at the end, when he found out he's narrating the story and just everything, yeah,
the only thing, did Rodney's life get any better after that though? Is the question.
yes, I think he worked at the gym or something.
Okay,
I don't
probably.
know.
I hope so.
that
I
that
mean,
little bit at the end, the gym looked nicer.
Well,
So
Yeah.
he's either in a brand new one teaching kids, or he's running that old gym and made it better. Who the fuck knows?
Well,
Yeah.
it's probably more so, I don't think the moral of his story is that like he stopped being poor, but the
No.
moral of
No.
his story is he found like a calling and a way to contribute, and he wasn't
Yeah,
the
that's what I
asshole
meant.
we saw through the entire time. He was now the narrator we saw, like we heard, like describing the story, and he's telling this to a bunch of kids, like a group of kids at the gym. So he's like
Yeah.
contributing to the community now with his calling.
He's become the new Riff.
Yeah.
He's striving to be. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's pretty like, yeah, and so like one thing that I thought was like really good, and surprisingly so for a decom, not just for a decom movie, but if we're being honest, like the television movies, I feel like decoms do have a little step up above, but like the choreography is like so spot on. The choreography and the music, like the soundtrack, and just with the songs and everything, like I really liked. Like, the flips, but the double Dutch and singing it in the street and singing at the competition, and then just seeing like the boxing as well. Like, I feel like everything was really choreographed well and believable. Like nothing really felt like it was like if you've seen Descendants, like there's some stuff that happened in Descendants, and you're just like, is this Disney or is this like Nickelodeon? Because like there's just some After Effects in there that just feel like really out of place, and I like. Granted, this didn't require magical whimsy and turning into dragons and stuff, so of course it's the same thing. But I do feel like everything was done, like, shot pretty well. Like, I feel like there was a really good team behind the production of it.
No, I agree. 100%. I actually liked the way it was filmed, the way it looked, the way the color works. Especially like with color theory and stuff. You notice a lot of yellows and that kind of thing. Thought that was pretty cool. The only thing I think I did not like was like not constant. But there was a lot of it where just random slow mo. But it was like the cheap slow mo, like they didn't use high speed cameras. Like
Yeah.
the slow down segments.
Oh yeah,
I
we
was
just
like,
run it at 15 frames a second.
Yeah. I'm like, that's all. Other than that, though, I thought it looked very well, very good.
Yeah.
I liked the look of it.
Shout out to Canada, man.
Yay,
I love
Canada.
how we were in Brooklyn, but also in Toronto with the rest of, Canada.
In that multiverse, Brooklyn is in Canada.
Disney's still been filming in Canada. I think their most recent movie was Zombies 3, and I know that filmed in Toronto. Well, so yeah, I wonder, did they just have their own production studio out there?
Well, Disney probably does. I mean, I don't.
Well, I mean, it's Disney.
Di-
They write a blank check for a building, so.
Toronto's a big filming city, just like here in the States. Atlanta's a big filming city.
Yeah.
There is just an industry, and you have locations that fit a lot of your city vibe. You have crew out there that you can take your big wigs and your decision makers to Toronto and have enough local crew to get what you want done. And there's just an infrastructure, It's a good location to fit a lot of needs. And Canada's striving to have some kind of industry out there. Definitely as American politics wax and wane, the tax breaks for filming cities like Atlanta may or may not be there in the future. And Canada's not banking on the U.S. politics remaining the same. They're out for theirs, and it makes sense,
Yeah. Yeah, Shout out to Canada. But overall, how did you guys feel about the movie? Think it was good? Did you think it was great? Did you hate it? Watch it again? Recommend it to your small child?
No. It's fine for what it is. I got nothing out of it. I remember watching it as a kid and getting a lot more than I got this time around. So for kids, fine, sure, whatever. This gave me nothing that as I am now. So in my brain, this is the a perfect example of harmless entertainment to show kids. This is the harmless thing you put on to shut the 5-year-old up for 5 minutes while you go do something important. But it's fine. I am really struggling just to get that much out, so I don't know what else to give it.
Maybe it's harmless.
Yeah.
It's mildly generic inspirational media. Right? It stands above the rest of the DCOMs in the representation, and in that Corbin Blue and the rest of the cast do a pretty good job at acting, right? The writing is pretty simple. It's straightforward. It's not very dense because of the target audience. But the presentation and the cast's cohesion really just kind of makes it work. We don't spend a lot of time on challenging topics because we include so many, right? We have the struggle of loss and grief and coping that the family's going through. We have the struggle of meeting expectations and living your own life and trying to navigate personal relationships with that. We also have the peer rejection that comes from doing something outside that of social norms. and we're just doing all of these things, and with an hour and 30-minute runtime, we don't really invest much in any one thing, right? The reason we have so much Double Dutch is because it's an action-oriented event, right? So we can have a competition. We can show them winning or losing and doing visually interesting things. But, you know, it's a seasoning of a lot of different themes that I would say less put on for your 5-year-old just to shut the fuck up, and more put on for your 10-year-old to, like, here's something you can watch that you'll get a message out of if you pay attention.
You don't watch Cocomelon in this house. Yes.
Yeah.
I will
Okay.
never allow.
And that, boys and girls, is how you stretch a one-sentence thesis statement into a full essay.
Bruh, believe you me, I have become a professional at long-winded bullshit.
I believe that the ambiguity of this film gives us justice in calling not just the urban community, but the lacking of sports representation for all, such as double dutch, cheerleading, ping pong, feng shui, and also, Malcolm X once said,
Just don't take a breath, just keep it going.
And that is how not to do it.
yes, this came out, slightly after George Bush.
What?
All right.
Well,
This aired
that's
3 months after Kanye said what he said about George Bush and Katrina. Fun fact. I don't know why I know that, but
I don't know why you know that either, honestly.
yeah.
An American
know-
media historian.
The soundtrack to this went gold, though. So shout out to
I can see that.
yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay. So with High School Musical, we've set the scene as, with Corbin Blue being like an actual vocalist, right? He can sing. And this soundtrack went gold, right?
Yeah.
I believe the High School Musical soundtrack went quadruple platinum.
Maybe.
Probably. Sounds about right.
So my hang up, right? We have this like key single. And there's a number of songs in the soundtrack, right? Keke Palmer's putting in the work too. But we have this key single, Push It to the Limit. That, especially with the way that Disney Channel worked, not having advertising, but having this all this interstitial programming, you really saw the music video for Push It to the Limit during this time, like in full. Right, as a way to like hype up the movie and get you excited for it. So you saw like this song a lot. We only get this song at the climax of the film, right? We're in the city finals, and it's time for the Red Hot Chili Steppers freestyle, right? They do this entire like day glow freestyle routine, full double dutch. It's cool, right? And then we do an entirely separate song just so we can fit Push It to the Limit in.
Yeah.
And they spend half the fucking song dancing.
It was a
it's-
little weird, but I didn't hate it.
And Corbin Blue's not singing it in the movie. It's Corbin Blue, the person, singing it while Corbin Blue Isidore is dancing to it with no correlation. What the fuck?
You're not wrong.
Or how crazy would it have been if like the camera panned to someone in the audience and be like, does this sound like the guy doing jump rope out there? That's a bit weird that they have an entire song. It's just basically him singing.
Just circle up to to the little sister, Dad, why does this music sound like Izzy singing?
Oh my god. Maybe it's not Izzy. Maybe we're living in a world where Isidore and his father are somehow like doppelgangers for their high school musical counterparts. And this is a song from the Corbin Blue from High School Musical, but they're not the same person.
It's all coming together.
Makes as
Get out
much
the
sense
cork
as
board
the
again.
rest of this.
Yeah, and you were right.
Dude.
High School Musical soundtrack went triple platinum, and also won a Billboard Music Award with many other music.
Hey, how goes?
I hate the impact that High School Musical has had on my life.
We let
Me
that
too.
happen. We let that happen.
Breaking free, but sorry.
Stop it!
What's the other Corbin Blue song?
Get your head in the game.
Oh, yeah,
Gotta-
yeah, yeah.
Gotta get your head in the... And then if we're going to, which is his most iconic song, I Don't Dance, is a bop. I don't care what anybody says. I listened to that like 2 days ago. Dead ass. Like, I was in the shower and I was like, man, I'm tired. I'm trying not to fall asleep. And then YouTube Music was like, we got you, King. And then it was like, ooh, ooh, ah. And I was like, yeah. That was a song. You know you love that song. You know what? I remember in high school, even if it was just for a girl, I remember that song played and you were dancing. I remember, song. I remember, even if you just
Even
did
if
it
it was
for
for
some,
a girl, well, that
Yeah.
answered the question right there.
but you still did it. I remember the dance you were doing
I've
too.
done
You
a
were like,
lot of things I regret too.
Yeah, we've
remember.
all done a lot of things for a girl.
yeah, but hey,
Don't look
know.
don't look at me like that's strange.
you did too. I know your stories.
What?
We won't mention it because your wife is one of the few people that watch our podcast. But I know you told me things.
I was gonna go with that's the one like that
Yeah,
you
I
did
was gonna
things
go
for.
with he
like,
married one, but okay.
yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah, sure.
You didn't have to open the can of worms. You didn't have to show us the label on the can of worms.
Just remember,
Show us
Strange,
the
if you-
Here's the label. There's the tab right there. Here, let me give you a little crack. There you go.
Smell
Just
it.
remember, Strange, if you ever cross me, Orlando. No.
Orlando Bloom. Oh my god. Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh no.
I need a Pirates of the Caribbean musical with Orlando Bloom filling in for Davy Jones
You know,
and Corbin Blue as Jack Sparrow.
so you know,
And
When
halfway
you
through,
said
they just take the
Orlando
homicides
Bloom.
card.
I had that reaction because we are talking about Disney Channel, and my mind went to Orlando Brown, and I was like, "Oh no!" But yeah, no, Orlando Bloom for sure, for sure. Yo, Jump In is also a thing we were talking about, but
I think we've talked about it.
yes,
But Gentleman Strange, Kai, final thoughts. How do y'all feel about this?
Hey, it was fun. You know, I actually first 15 kind of is like, man, but then once we get to the jump rope competition, I'm like, oh, I'm like invested in this film now.
Once I realized I only have 15 minutes left to watch, I'm happy enough.
No. The first 15 was just a little like, okay, we're introducing people, you know, it's fine. And then we get to the first like little tiny competition at the beginning of the film. Like, oh, okay, I'm super interested in this now. I like the choreography and everything. It was really fun to watch.
yeah, choreography was fun. I enjoyed the music, the soundtrack to it. I do wish Jump In had been like actually. I mean, there are so many opportunities to freaking use it. I think Rodney was the best character by far. I also really liked Mary's character with Keke Palmer, and yeah, I realized that like the new DComs are made up of just facets of the old DComs, because like Zombies is literally just Jump In with racism, like, and like a few other things.
Does it have
Because-
jump rope?
Discrimination. It has cheerleading, which there's a cheerleading competition.
No.
And I realized the final number from Zombies is literally like just the jump in Red Hot Chili Steppers routine minus jump ropes. Look it up.
I'd rather
Now
not.
I know that the director did both of them. What'd you say, Zog?
I said I'd rather not.
Okay, well,
I'll just
you
take
know,
your word for it.
All I know is we have 3 video ideas that someone should definitely produce.
okay.
The conspiracy connections between High School Musical Corbin Blue and Jump In Corbin Blue and attached father who is Corbin's Blue real father, and also your point
Multiple
that
degrees of father.
yeah,
The 5 degrees of father. Here they
and
are.
also Kai, your point about all of the DComs are just rehashes of old DCom plots with a new scenario.
Yes. Okay, that sounds like a plan.
It's DCom December. We should make
Decom December.
content.
Decom. Watch us blow up in the com channel.
Watch
no.
you blow up
No.
and you
Zog
become a
leave.
DCom channel. Now, yeah, I really appreciate Jump In the DCOM canon. It's one of those up there with Johnny Tsunami
Mm-hmm.
and other assorted DComs that really stick out in my brain as like things I have had an experience with. And I'm sure that as we go back, I will no longer be the demographic they're targeting, and that's gonna be okay. But we have a number of DComs left for DCom December.
And I did want to say one other interesting fact about this before we
Yeah.
wrapped.
Yeah.
You just brought it up with Johnny Tsunami. So Jump In was the only original Disney Channel movie to come out in 2007 because all the others were sequel. Johnny Tsunami 2, Twitches 2, and other one.
We could have done Twitches too. Damn.
I mean, that was a trash movie, but yeah, we could.
And also, this
Okay.
was originally written to be a Raven Simone film about Double Dutch, but due to her schedule, it got handed off to Corbin Blue, and then revamped into Jump In.
Could you imagine? Hey, we're looking for a Raven Simone type. So you want the job, Corbin?
You got the hair for it.
Can you see
it
into
felt
the
like it.
future, though? No.
No, it's about fucking Double Dutch, guy, not magic.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah.
what Raven was about, a girl going through high school and living her life. She still had psychic powers.
True.
Yo, also, wrapping it up with some fun facts. Paul Cohen also directed Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So
He did.
It makes sense.
There's the magic.
I said that earlier.
There's the connection that
I
connects
mean-
everything.
What?
Yeah, I should pay attention.
Actually, I think you were gone. I think Zog was just not listening when I was saying stuff earlier. That was before the podcast
is
started.
entirely
Oh, okay.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah. Rude. But yeah, thank you for joining us here on Content Breaker in DCOM December.
Oh my. The deep
Oh wow, I
voice.
didn't even know my voice could do that.
Yes,
I
it can.
like now.
It's called the proximity effect.
Whoa.
The closer you get to the microphone, the more prominent the lower frequencies are. We'll learn this and more all here on DCOM December.
Yes.
You can catch us on all of your podcasts. Talk Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Podcast at Content Breaker, or YouTube as well. Gentlemen, you have things too.
Yes, you can find me at Static Dreads on Twitter, where I will be there, and you can probably won't be tweeting about DComs, but I'll be tweeting about anime and why Chainsaw Man just decided to fucking hurt me.
Why not tweet about DComs? You about to be a DCom channel guy.
Fine, I will tweet about DComs.
DComs and anime. Like,
Key Impossible, so the drama. Why did I say it like that? Key Impossible, so the dramas go.
strange.
Strangely entertaining on the YouTubes and the Twitch, which I try to stream around 9 o'clock Central Standard Time Tuesdays.
And I heard you recently actually streamed.
Yes.
Early though.
Hell
Early.
yeah.
It was
Not at 9
early.
o'clock. But it's okay.
Damn,
You
you
did
say
it.
the actual time. Anyways. But yeah, you're streaming now on Twitch. It's strangely entertaining.
It can happen.
Wow.
Sometimes.
Proud parent I am.
And also YouTube at Strangely and yeah, it's a whole thing.
I don't know. Just
Yeah.
We're
Don't
coming
play
all
back
that good
next
shit.
We're coming back next week for more DComs. Zog. What's the next one?
Right. Oh shit! I actually like this one. We got Windy Woo.
ooh.
I bet this is my week.
It is. Wendy
next,
Woo.
Next week
Homecoming Warrior.
on Content Breaker.
Yeah, before I culture appropriate.
The Q.